Hello everybody. I just wanted to make a post because I haven't made a video in a while and just update what I've been reading. I'm on my honeymoon right now and I've been preparing for the wedding the last few months, so I haven't been able to post anything. I've been very, very busy, and I've actually been pretty busy this week too, so I haven't gotten through too many books, but I'm currently reading a few books that I thought were pretty cool and were worth sharing. This is Turgenev's Father and Sons. Is kind of the work of his that everybody knows, and I'm doing a perusal currently of Russian literature, and that's just one of the steps in the journey. It's a cool book about fathers and sons, generational things and ideologies, as all Russian literature typically is about. And it's interesting, not very plot driven, but you get a lot of fun cultural richness and social, psychological stuff from the times. And I'm also reading, on kind of the other end of the literary spectrum here, How to Be Antiracist. And this is a great book for right now. I think this is something that a lot of people are waking up to, having a higher consciousness about racial issues. And so this is a book that I want to read through. Robin DiAngelo's book, and this book, and a few others that are on my White Fragilities, Robin DiAngelo. So this is one of those books that I'm going through. It's a very academic book in the way that it's written. There are some nice stories and stuff that kind of help it go through, and you can get the writer's point a lot of the time, but sometimes it's very academic. It starts off every chapter with definitions, and so that's its own kind of genre. So if you're not into that, it's kind of heavy sometimes, but it's definitely probably worth reading about, as far as getting a good grasp of the literature about in that certain topic that's very relevant to today. One of the books that I'm reading is just on my Kindle on my phone. It's an Agatha Christie book, which I always try to keep in the background because that's just fun to read. If I don't want to read anything thick or heavy or that makes me think, which Agatha Christie always makes me think, but I'm always very happy to think with her. I'm reading The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, and that is a fun book so far. I'm only in like the very first pages of it, very first chapters of it, but it's very fun so far. But I don't have enough to really tell you much about it, other than I've heard there's a plot twist, and I'm excited for that. The last book I've been reading, mostly, I'm like halfway through half of these books, and then the other ones I'm less than halfway through. Lots to do, on a honeymoon. There are goats, and I think there's a llama right there. I'm reading Tolstoy's The Kingdom of God is Within You, and I just recently heard about this through a podcast of a man named Coleman Hughes, and he was talking about peaceful, nonviolent retribution and social change, kind of to do with how to be an anti-racist, and he referenced Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, and how he read the book, Tolstoy's book, The Kingdom of God is Within You, and that's what kind of inspired him in his non-violent tactics and his kind of embrace of the Christological type of resistance, social resistance. And that's something that I've been really interested in. I recently read a book that I'll go over in another video called Farewell to Mars, like Farewell to Arms. Farewell to Mars is about Christian theology and its nonviolence, and how that's not been a recognized part. The political side of Christianity has been unrecognized, and how that's a very radical, nonviolent, loving thing, and how that can actually apply to politics. Because sometimes with religion you get an ideology that's supposedly peaceful, but when it goes into politics, in power situations, you have there's violence typically, and it's inconsistent with the ideology. So I hope that's something that I think a lot of modern theologians are waking up to, and maybe ancient theologians like Tolstoy developed ideas in. And so I'm really excited. I haven't even started that one. It's on my on the back burner, that I'm like, that's my plan B book. If I read all the other ones, I'm gonna get to that, and I might by the end of this. I have a plane ride. Maybe I can read on there. I don't know. There's a lot to see and do. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. It's very beautiful here, but there's always it's also nice scenery to read with. So I'm definitely going to do a whole video on some of these books because they're so great. But I just wanted to post anything because I don't want to just be off the face of the planet, because I made this channel because I want to be able to experience a literary journey with you guys and share it and share what I've been learning. And so this is a little bit more of a laid back video. I think I've been making videos that have too high production value, have all these like edits and stuff, and it's causing me to not make videos, and I want to make videos. So I think there will be more videos like this that I'm just going over and just talking a little bit about great books, because that's why we're here. And you have a wonderful day.